So I was looking back at an old book that I wrote because someone mentioned it to me in DMs. And I mean old, like, hello, look at this picture. And it was all about losing weight. The very first book I wrote, shocker, I know, it's called Winning by Losing. And there was a whole section in this book about support and learning how to look at your relationships and identify which ones are sabotaging you, why they might be sabotaging you, how to manage it, and then subsequently build support. Because no man is an island, right? No woman is an island. We need support. And in fact, one of the top reasons that people cite for giving up on any healthy change or resolution they want to make at any point is that their spouse isn't on board, or a family member, a loved one isn't on board. And I've seen this before, right? In people that I've worked with and tried to help. When one person makes a change in the relationship and the other one doesn't, it's threatening, it can cause issues. So the first thing I want to talk about is who's bringing you down, all right? How are they bringing you down, and why are they bringing you down? So it could be that they're threatened, right? You're going to make a healthy change. They're not ready to make a healthy change. Are you outgrowing them? Did you break the contract? It's like, I'm going to co-sign you having issues if you co-sign me having issues, and let's not confront each other about it. Like, if you do it and I do it, then it makes it okay and we never need to look at it. There's that dynamic. And in that case, right, you have to reassure the individual that you love them. You need to tell them how to support you and tell them the things that don't work for you in a gentle way. Then there are people that are just jealous of you. And I've known individuals who are afraid to excel because they worry it'll throw off the family dynamic. It'll threaten a parent, it'll threaten a sibling. It could be that it's threatening your spouse, as we mentioned. So again, if this individual is jealous of you and they don't inherently want what's best for you, not because of you, but because of their own insecurities, you can once more, right, try to reassure them. Try to tell them how much you love them. Try to make them feel good about themselves. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to set limits with people. And if somebody doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated, doesn't speak to you the way you want to be spoken to, doesn't support you in the ways you need, you've got to set boundaries, and that's okay, right? If it's a friend who doesn't make you feel good about yourself and it doesn't allow you to engage in healthy behaviors, maybe you need to reevaluate that friendship. If it's a family member, set boundaries around that dynamic and don't discuss what you're doing with them if you know they're just going to criticize it and make you feel bad about it and bring you down. Now, I would encourage you to first tell the person gently, right? Hey, when you say things like this or you do things like this, it makes me feel. You guys know that it makes me feel, right? Not you're a jerk, you're insensitive, you're not nice, right? But when you order pizza, you know I'm trying to be healthy. It's hard for me, right? When you tell me you don't think I'm going to be able to achieve this, it's discouraging for me. It makes me feel. Then you tell them what you want them to do. Instead, it would be great for me if you would cook healthy with me at home, if you would go for a hike with me instead of encouraging me to have a pizza movie night, right? Tell the person what you need. Nobody's a mind reader. And as sexy as it sounds to think that people can read our mind, like if they truly loved us, they would just know, that's some like primal baby kind of shit, right? Like mommy will interpret my cries and she'll know when I'm wet and when I'm hungry and, when I'm cranky and when I need to be burped, like for real. That's primal stuff. And we've got to evolve out of that. People are not mind readers and they're dealing with their own issues and their own stuff. So being aware of that, being sensitive to it, telling them what works for you and what doesn't work for you, gently, without critiquing. And then, as I said, there are times you just can't bring people around. Does it suck? Yeah. Is it a bummer? Yeah. And you know what? The reality is that life is not always fair. Life does not always work out the way we want. There are relationships that we never get what we need from them, right? There are parents, we never got the validation, we never got the support, we never got the love. We've all had that. We've all had that in one relationship or another where we didn't quite get what we needed. Or conversely, maybe we were judged or felt critiqued, or we were in a dynamic that made us feel bad about ourselves, but we now are in control of how we expose ourselves to that, right? And often we go back, right? We go back or we get involved in relationships with other people that remind us of that dysfunctional dynamic, because we think like, oh, I'm going to win you over. And if I win you over and you make me feel the way I did when I didn't get that validation or that support or that love that I needed, then I don't ever have to grieve that I didn't get it, because I will have conquered this. And it has a name. It's called a repetition compulsion, right? We replay the same patterns because we think we'll master it and we'll be good enough for them to love us or tell us what we want to hear or be what we need them to be. But again, that's just an absolute fantasy. And I mean, literally, it is a fantasy, because people are who they are and they have their own stuff. You can't change them. They can change if they want to, but we can't change them. And what we actually need to do is be those things for ourselves. So you got to be your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader, and your biggest source of support. And then when you're giving yourself all those things, what other people add to the mix will be enough. And it is okay to set boundaries. You can say, I don't want to talk about this with you. Don't bring it up with them. Don't engage in those topics of conversation thinking you'll master it and get a different answer, because it's probable you won't. And then the next thing you need to think about is, where can you find support? Because we all need it. There's a reason that some of the biggest fitness trends aren't even based on the workout. They're based on the community. #FitFam, right? So can you join a fitness community that you love, or I don't know, whatever it is you're trying to change? Join a private Facebook group, right? I have one for people that don't have any money. You don't have to subscribe to my app. You could go to the private Facebook group, the Jillian Michaels community. And by the way, I'm obviously not the only one. There are, I would guess, hundreds of thousands of communities online that are supportive, right? Make friends. We used to be able to go to classes and fitness classes and what have you and meet new people, and that's a little harder right now, but we're going to climb out of this. Life will get back there, I believe, hopefully in the next several months, right? We'll be able to go out and meet new people, join a running group, right? Take a yoga class, look for communities online. If you do download an app, maybe it has forums and message boards. Most of them do. Mine does. Find a buddy. So start to cultivate that community. And by the way, it could be another mom that you meet when you drop the kids off. Maybe you guys go hiking after you drop off the kids, for those of us who currently drop our kids off for school. This COVID joke is getting very old. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's a neighbor, right? Look in your immediate community and see where you can meet supportive, like-minded people. Seek out a coach or a mentor. It could be in your work. It could be with your health. Find somebody who can teach you the things you need to know, because the more knowledge you have, the more confidence you have in your ability to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And teach your loved ones, the ones that do support you, but maybe don't know how to do it ideally, right? To be a fan. It's okay to be a fan. Be their fan, be your own fan, and show them how to be yours. I need this from you. It'd be awesome if you could say this to me when this happens, or you could do this for me, or you could do this with me. And it's okay to want those things. In fact, it's one of the most critical components of sticking with any healthy behavioral change, any lifestyle change, is not having somebody sabotage it, right? And having the individuals to help support you, lift you up, educate you, provide accountability, be cheerleaders, and be fans. So consider all these things and don't give up on those New Year's resolutions, because you guys are doing great. I'm seeing it in the comments and I'm so proud of you. Okay, team, don't forget, I created this channel just for you guys. So click like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear more about. If it's diet, fitness, wellness, mindfulness, I'm here for you. So give me your feedback.